Welcome to Anchors Away. Today we're exploring one of Texas' most breathtaking destinations, Big Bend National Park. This vast and rugged wilderness is home to some of the most epic hikes in the Lone Star State, and we're taking you on 3 must-do trails that showcase the park's stunning diversity. From towering canyon walls to sweeping desert vistas and jaw-dropping sunset views, we've got it all covered. So lace up your hiking boots and let's hit the trail.
We are on the way.
Hey guys, here we are. We're finally in Big Bend National Park in southwest Texas. So hopefully it lives up to all of the expectations that we've had. So far we've just been driving through desert, which has been a bit disappointing, but hey, let's go have a look. For our grand finale, we're tackling the legendary Window Trail in the Chisos Basin. This 5.6 mile round trip hike descends into a dramatic canyon leading to one of the most famous viewpoints in the park, the Window. Carved by centuries of erosion, this narrow rock pour-off perfectly frames the vast desert beyond, creating an unforgettable scene, especially at sunset. The hike itself takes you through lush desert terrain, towering rock formations, and even a few seasonal waterfalls. If you're up for the challenge, the Window is a must-hike on any Big Bend adventure.
Welcome back. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can start donating our YouTube revenue to support families battling cancer. Join our journey, hit that subscribe button, and make a difference today. Now back to the video.
Today we're off to the Chisos Mountains. It's probably about a half-hour drive from our campsite. Alright, so the Chisos Basin basically is called a island oasis. So the elevation is very high, so apparently the foliage and the wildlife and everything is quite different to the surrounding desert that we're in. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly the change between the lowlands where we're at now and as we get up higher in elevation, to see how all of that changes and what wildlife we get, what trees and things are going to be there. So yeah, looking forward to it. Now the drive up is very pleasant. Now bears are in this area. I think they're black bears. They have self-reintroduced from Mexico. They weren't introduced by like conservationists or anything like that. They actually came in by themselves across the border and reintroduced themselves in this area. There's also mountain lions in this area as well. And like I said, this is like a little oasis in the middle of the desert. You can already see that the trees are getting a lot larger. The road so far has not been challenging. You could get all the way up here without any difficulty whatsoever. Now, Chisos Basin has a lodge as well as a visitors centre, store, all sorts of things. So you've got a ready supply of water from water fountains and things like that. So you can come up here, buy whatever you need from the store and go and do your hikes. Alright, so we're heading on the Window Trail. It's a 3.6 mile round trip. We've taken an extra bottle of water with us this time because the majority of the trail is in the sun, so we don't really know how hot it's going to get. It is November right now, so it is cooling down, but you never know, it could get a bit warmer later on. Of course, you want to bring along decent walking shoes, you want to have a hat, you want to have long sleeves to not get burnt by the sun, and you want to bring plenty of water. Another couple of things, don't play with the bears, don't play with the mountain lions, don't play with the rattlesnakes, they're all problematic. So the trail is actually quite uneven, so you've got to be careful about where you're putting your feet so you don't twist an ankle. One interesting fact about the trail is that the park authorities do more heat stress related rescues on this window trail than any other trail in the park. So bear that in mind. Maybe choose your times for doing the trail, maybe when it's in the cooler parts of the day, in the morning or in the evenings, or like us, you know, in like November where the weather is actually cooling down a bit. Now the first part of the walk is completely exposed to the sun. We're into the piece that's starting to go into the little valley between the mountains, and there's a lot more shade, so you're getting bits of sun and then you're getting shade, so it's a bit more pleasant. So as you can see, we're completely in the shade now. Janie, how much has the temperature dropped as soon as we went into the shade? It's cool now, isn't it? Yeah. So it was quite hot and now it's cooled down quite a lot. As we're getting closer and closer, of course, I guess you'd call it canyon walls are closing in. All right, so it looks like we're just about there. Looks like it's gonna go through through here. All right, so if it rained, all this would be a river running through here and around the corner.
I can see the window.
Well, maybe it's just a little bit further around the corner. Just around the next corner. Janie, it's just around the next corner.
Yeah, right.
So we're getting pretty close now, and they've put all these little steps in the sides of the
What's that?
the trail
A long drop.
that my wife can't see because they're right in front of her face. There, yes. So of course these steps are put in here because we're now walking through the riverbed. So if it had been raining for a couple of days, all of this would be full of water. All right, there it is. It's just around the next corner, Janie. Right there. All right, we made it. This is the window. And when it rains, of course, the water just flows straight over the top of that and down. I'm going to try to get out there. I'm not going to go too far because it looks extremely slippery. And I don't want to be one of the people that goes over the edge. That would be bad. Okay, so I think it's a very, very long drop over there. So I'm just going to turn the camera around, extend it out on the pole. Maybe I'll get some decent footage, maybe I won't, but I'm not going to go out there and fall off and die. This is as far as I'm prepared to go. It does look like quite a large drop, but it is an absolutely beautiful spot. And if you get a chance, come down and do the walk. All right, so there we are. That's our walk to the window.
3.5 miles walk.
Well, no, we've still got 1.7 miles to walk back. We're only halfway. Yeah. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oops, sorry, Janie, I just thumbed up your nose. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.
Don't go in there.
How lucky are we to see a tarantula on the trail? How fantastic is that?
We were just saying this is the first time we've seen one in the wild here in the US.
Okay, just a quick little afterthought. The majority of our water we've probably used on the way back. It's uphill all the way. We're about 30 meters from the entry point. So if you take down a litre of water per person, make sure you save the majority of it for coming back out again, because you're going to need it.
The last 600 meters, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, half a meter. Half a mile.
Half a mile, yep. About the last half a mile you're going to use up most of your water. Okay, so if walking all the way down to the window is a little bit too strenuous, there's a wheelchair accessible trail at the top by the visitor centre, and you can just go to a overlook. The Window View Trail is a 0.3 mile round trip. So from the view from the lookout, it's not quite so spectacular, but you can still see the window. So finishing off the day at the Loop Trail would be quite a pleasant thing to do, and then maybe buy an ice cream at the store, because if you've done all these trails, you definitely deserve that. A well-deserved ice cream after the trail. Oh, you're still here. You might like one of these videos next.